Welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, July 31st. As you can tell, there's going to be a small show, not a lot going on today. I'm kidding. Obviously, this is a huge show. We're very, very excited. Big things happening in our community. Just look at this. We're very excited about this. So I'm just going to shove and jump right into it. My friend, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
All right, my name is Lucky Gandy. I'm with Northeast Little League Junior All-Stars, state champs, East State champs.
Outstanding.
Yes,
and
sir.
that, about a week ago, my phone started blowing up. And everybody said I needed to get these guys on here. Tell me a little bit about this team and what makes it so special and why you guys are all here today.
I mean, it's a special team in general. Just they're outstanding boys, great group of guys. I've never seen such a team. But we started with our district play in Fall City. Went up there and played some great teams that got us really prepared to go on to the next level. We ended up winning district. We went on to our sectionals, and then we went up to, or that was in Bay City, I'm sorry. And then we went down to Tyler, Texas, and played for the state tournament. And we ended up coming victorious out of there last weekend.
So how long is the season I know everybody starts on other teams and then it all kind of combines,
Yes.
but how long have they been playing?
So we started around the 1st of May, around the first weekend of May, I believe, first week of May. And then obviously here we are going into the first week in August, so the entire summer.
And it's been hot out there as well on top of everything else. Now, how old are you guys? What grades are we in and ages kind of roughly here? Just throw out some
13 to 14.
13 to 14 year olds? Golly, y'all are all 13 and 14 year olds? I was about half your size when I was at school. So who's the pitcher on the team? You got a dedicated pitcher, or do y'all have a couple of them? Couple of
Raise your hand if you
Pitchers, raise
pitch.
your hands. All right, who's catchers? How many catchers do we got? Both. So you pitch and catch? Do both of them?
Yes, sir.
I tried the whole pitch. I realized pretty early into it I was not good at baseball. I tried it, and you guys, there's a lot of talent involved here. You know, you got to throw the ball really fast, hit that little strike zone, and then somebody has to catch that thing. And I thought, this will be super easy. I'll go out and I'll do it. Wrong. I was terrible at it. I was terrible at it. And so you guys obviously have put in a ton of hard work to get here. What has it meant for you to do something like this? You pretty excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. It feels great to be with this team.
And and that's one of the things you say that's one of the things that I've heard that makes this particular team special is it really is a team effort here that you guys have really all kind of locked arms and you're in this together and you really guys epitomize what team means in all this because I came in, I said, all right, who's the all-star on the team? And it was the whole team. Nobody wanted to jump out and say, hey, I'm the star of this team. It's a team effort, and I think that's pretty cool. What does it mean for you, buddy, to get to go play in, state champs? That's kind of a big deal at 13 years old, 14 years old.
It feels good to be the best team in the state. Just playing with this team and just going out of state and trying to do something bigger and better.
You guys are doing awesome. You, my friend over here, what does it mean to have the community over supporting you guys, jumping around? Is it excited to see everybody getting excited for you all?
Yeah, it's kind of different. You don't see everyone. You don't get to be on the news every day.
Well, because you guys earned this. This is a big deal.
Absolutely.
State champs. Coach, am I wrong here? This is the first time we've had state champs every
First
year?
time, yes, sir.
So you guys are the first team to represent Victoria to go out and do this, and that's a big deal because most of your parents probably didn't do it. You guys are first. So way to go on that. So games coming up starting this Friday. What's the schedule of events? How's this work out? We start August 4th. What does it go from here? Where are you guys going?
So August 4th, we play New Mexico, their host city. So the team they put together that's hosting us, we'll play them at 8 a.m. After we win that game, we'll play Louisiana the next day at 8 a.m.
And so are we going for, national champs? Or what is
that'll be like I don't know what they call it, regional champs or whatever. And then if we win that tournament, we go to Taylor, Michigan and play for the World Series. So that'll be for everybody.
I'm going to need you guys, when you're going to play for the World Series, to come back by here first because I want to be a part of that because that's going to be really awesome. Is there anything I'm forgetting, guys? Is there anything, if somebody's, maybe 10, 11 years old and they're thinking about doing this, but they see all you guys and you're like, man, they're like me. And they're like, I don't think I can play with these guys. I'm nervous about going out there. Should they go be a part of this? You guys seem like a pretty welcoming team. If I'm just coming up, should I go out and try for this and be a part of this? Think so?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, I don't think I'd be as good as you guys, but I appreciate the support. Anything I'm forgetting, Coach?
No, I want to say just on behalf, because from us and all the parents, even like yesterday I noticed, but these guys go in and put a lot of extra work. So it's not just showing up for practice. We go practice twice a week, couple hours a day. You know, we put in a lot of hard work there, but every time I look up, I drive by at the cages, they're putting in work, or they're going to pitching lessons, hitting lessons. So these boys want it. They love to compete. They love baseball. So if I'm looking at anybody that's younger coming up, I mean, that's kind of what it takes. If you want to get to these levels and play like this, you're going to have to go put in that extra work. And these guys, every one of them do it from top to bottom. So that's what makes this team outstanding.
I'm excited to hear that because it doesn't change in life. Once you get out of here, the cream rises to the top. And if you want to go, there's baseline that everybody does. That's average. This is where you guys are at. This is where you want to live.
Yes,
this is
sir.
where you want to strive to always maintain. And use this as an analogy for life. You know, learn these lessons of being a champion now, and they will translate into everything that you do from here on out. These are the lessons, and these are when it's a lot more fun, too, when you're playing for a state championship. So, guys, enjoy this. What's the best way that they can follow the team? How do they support you? How can we watch this game?
Yes, it will be on Game Changer, I believe.
Okay.
I'll have to send you that because I
Send me
don't
the
have the link.
information.
I'll
Okay.
let the best people, the moms, handle all that
Roger,
stuff. So.
and they've been out leading.
So we'll
well
put that
for you.
out
Yep.
there so that way y'all can follow us. I think at the last tournament we had almost 200 people watching. So
I understand. Well, fellas,
That's
we want to
great.
support you guys. We're very proud of you. Keep up the hard work. Don't ever take the easy route. Guys, let's take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
We cover about a 100-mile radius around Victoria, but if your job is big enough, we'll travel further. We're a turnkey solution for whatever your demolition needs are. We'll get the permits, we'll do the demo, we'll do the cleanup, and we'll do the final grading on your property. We do full-scale demolition, whether it's a commercial building or a chicken coop. Outside of demolition, we also do interior or selective demolition. If you have something you want us to take a look at, give us a call. Quotes are free.
All right, we are back. This next friend has been on the show before. We're happy to have him back, but just in case they don't remember, my friend, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
All right, my name's Joseph Capers. I'm with the 361 Pop-Up Shop, 2504 North Laurent, here in town.
Yes, sir. Now, let's say I just moved to Victoria today, and I have no idea what a 361 pop-up shop is. Talk to me about it. Why is this one a little bit different than most things, and why do I need to come check it out?
Well, I guess pop-up shop is one of those terms that some people are familiar with, others are learning. We picked the term because we want to distinguish ourselves from being not a flea market, and we're not an upscale retail shop. And so we're a place where people can come and set up their business, see if they can plant roots, see if it'll grow. So that's what we just try to make people have a spot where they can come and develop their business.
And it's indoors too, right? So
Indoor,
you're not out there
indoor
melting in
and
this
air
127 degree
conditioned.
heat. Good, yeah. And I understand, you guys have been quite successful. You've come on the show before, and didn't you just hit a 1-year anniversary?
Yeah, we did. The 25th of last month was our 1-year anniversary.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations. It's a lot of small businesses don't make it to a 1-year anniversary, and so for you guys to still be there, still thriving, still growing, that's outstanding. What is it if I'm, say, a vendor and I'm looking for a home or something like this? Why is it that 361 Pop-Ups sticks out, and why should I come talk to you guys about maybe opening planting roots there?
Well, it's like I mentioned earlier, it's a spot where you can come plant your business, but more importantly, it's a place where you come and run your business. We're like landlords.
Yes, sir.
We have 55 booths in our building, and we rent those booths out to individuals who like to sell product. And then it becomes their responsibility to market their product, to set up their displays, to make things go. So it's like their business inside of my business.
Yes,
we
sir.
call it a little mini mall.
No, and it makes sense, because a lot of times the struggle of opening a business is where? What am I going to do? I don't want to go rent this huge building somewhere or go do all these things. And so a lot of times right out the gate, people feel hamstringed on what they can do or how they can succeed. And so to offer something like that where they can go in and say, hey, look, I don't have to go buy a brick and mortar shop. But I can go start growing my business now and have my own little turf to do this in. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, and they do it at low expense. They pay booth rent. We pay for the electricity, we pay for the internet, we pay for the air
I was
conditioning.
gonna say the air conditioning. Yep, you gotta say the air conditioning. It's so hot. Yes, sir.
And we pay to clean the restrooms because a lot of the people that do markets, the number one complaint is the restrooms.
Yes, sir.
So we have restrooms, and then the number two complaint is the heat.
You know, you had me in restrooms, and then you still to deal with the heat. Because but that's we joke, but that's a good point. I mean, nasty restrooms are gross, and nobody wants that. Buc-ee's makes their whole deal on having clean restrooms, and so I thank you for that. And
Or
so,
porta potties.
yes, sir. Hey, either way, it works. It works. But on that note, so you guys have a back to school event coming up that I think is pretty cool. Talk to me a little bit about this, and how can we support you on it?
All right, yeah, and just a little, we try everything that we do, we try to loop the community in, and we try to do it for the betterment of somebody. So when we sat down and start thinking about our back to school event, the obvious one are the kids. So we are having a school supply drive for them. So for people to come by and drop off goods, and they can start today and goes all the way up through Saturday. And we're entering the people that drop off the supplies into a drawing, so they get something. So this one, the kids win, and then the person bringing the supplies win.
Awesome.
We're also bringing in the South Texas Blood Drive.
Okay.
So they're setting up their vehicle in the front of our building. They've got 30 spots available. We've got 20 of them filled already. Awesome. And so they're giving away free T-shirts, so we also get to save a life now.
Well, that's hugely important because that's one of the things that I've been told is that, there's just a huge lack of blood out there, and people really need to donate. And so to be able to combine the school aspect of that, of helping the students and getting their supplies, and then the adults jumping over and donating blood to, like you said, save a life, because literally that's what it does. Outstanding, well played. I think that's a great idea on that, and a way to kill two birds with one stone. And good idea. How can, obviously school supplies,
Mm-hmm.
Can I just go grab a bunch of these and deliver them to you guys, or what's the best way for me to go get all this stuff and get it over to you and make sure that I help you all out here?
Well, two ways. You can come in, like I said, starting today, and ask for Booth 7. So in Booth 7, we have a couple of boxes set up where you can drop your supplies off and register your name.
Okay.
If you come out Saturday, we're going to have a car show. And
I gotcha.
so the car show, whatever you call those car show
Yeah,
people.
car show works for me.
The car
perfectly.
show
Yep.
people,
Yes, sir.
they're going to pop their trunks, and then you can bring your supplies and fill the trunks. So that's what we call it, fill the trunk.
Well played.
And then you can set up also. And to mention that, we've got Dodge going to bring a couple of cars out for the show also, and the Kia dealership are going to bring shows out. Plus, I think we got 3 groups of car show folks coming out to bring their cars.
Awesome.
So plenty of trunks to put supplies in.
And I'll tell you, some of those cars are pretty cool, and they got some pretty cool trunks on them. We've had some of the different car clubs and stuff in town on here, and they got some cool stuff. So This is happening at 2504 North Laurent, the old Bells building.
Right.
11 to 6, 361popupshops.com is your website. What am I forgetting to tell people? Is there anything I'm forgetting to tell them?
Well, yeah, we've got
Yeah,
a
keep it
few
coming, keep it
more
coming, my
things
friend.
going. I
Yes,
can
sir.
tell you, this event we tried to cover everybody. So we've got some face painting that'll be done by, I write to her down. It's she used to be Ziggity Clown.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
So
Do you think
she-
she could paint this mug?
She can
you
paint
think
that
so?
one.
Okay.
She'll be
all
there
right.
from 1 to 3.
She
from
may
1
need all
to,
that time. Okay.
From 1 to 4, Nicktoons will be there singing.
Okay.
We've got that going on. Lucky's Food Truck will be there. Ortega Snow Cones will be there, and Roosters for the adult beverages will
got
be
this
out
unlocked.
be out in
Yes.
the front. And then we've got some great sponsors that have donated supplies. So and I don't want to miss anybody. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Chick-fil-A, Central Drugs, Ventura's, Mr. Gaddy's, Raising Cane's, Grandy's, and Peter Piper Pizza have donated school supplies for this event.
Outstanding. And I appreciate you involving the community and doing it for the community. That's always my favorite, is community taking care of community and local taking care of local. And
Right.
I think it's awesome. And so one more time, let me just ask, am I forgetting anything else? Because I'm happy you got all this stuff. I figured I just better ask.
No, I think
we got it all this time?
We got it all.
Good.
this time.
Well, thank you for all that you guys do. Thanks for being here and coming back on the show. Make sure we get out this Saturday, August 5th, 11 to 6, 2504 North Laurent, the Old Bells Building, 361popupshops.com. My brother, anything else?
That's it. We would love to see you Saturday.
Outstanding. Well, guys, go out, support it. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that that says something about who Wallach and Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back. Now, I'm a little bit out of my element with this next guest, but I'm still impressed nonetheless because I may not understand this whole world, but I know it took a lot of hard work to get here. So, without further ado, young lady, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you were here with.
I am Kaylee Trejo, Miss Golden Crescent.
Outstanding, my friend.
I'm Jason Burmeister. I'm one of the directors of the Miss Golden Crescent Pageant here in Victoria, Texas.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here. I'm really excited for you, but like I said, I'm kind of a goofy old dumb boy here, and I don't really understand this stuff, but I want to here. So you are the Miss Golden Crescent 2022 Miss Golden Crescent.
Yes.
Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Now, what did you have to do? Well, first, what is that title?
The Miss Golden Crescent title is an organization where we strive for community service, compassion, and integrity.
Well spoken, and one of you all's big deal is just that, is community, is being out there in the community and stuff. And so to get to this, you didn't just show up and say, hey guys, I'm here, and they just, well, here's your crown, and that didn't work that way, did it? You had to put in a lot of work.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this journey. Let's start at the beginning. What made you decide, I want to be in a pageant? I want to do this. You know, what was that first step like to step out there and decide, I think I want to try this?
What made me want to decide to do pageants was I was actually very I didn't like the way I was. I struggle with mental health. I just got diagnosed with severe depression, high functioning anxiety, and PTSD. And I wanted to be a voice for the people who couldn't stand up for themselves, who didn't truly know what mental health was. And so I signed up for my first pageant, and I truly fell in love with it.
Well, that's an admirable thing because it you know, those mental battles that you speak of, they're difficult, and a lot of them, like you said, they're here, and that's
Yes.
that's the hardest part, is getting out of your own head and deciding to do this, and you chose something with an audience, and so you know, you're breaking through all these comfort zones and barriers of getting out there and doing that. So once you had that in your mind and you said, okay, you know, I want to be an advocate for this, I want to do it. What was that journey like? You had to compete to win this title. So talk me through your first show. How did that kind of go? What were the nerves like? All that stuff.
I was so nervous. I think I shook like crazy. But I just got through it. I have an incredible mom who pushed me through it, and it was just tons of practice. I had interview practices, walking practices, public speaking, as well as etiquette practices.
And people might laugh when they hear walking practice. Like,
Yeah.
why do you need walking practice? We do this every day. Well, I can, from personal experience, you know, like I don't know why they asked me, but once they asked me to do this little runway thing, and I had to, you know, hey, Caleb, can you go walk this runway, put on a suit? Well, heck yeah, I'll look super cool, I'll do this, no problem. Until I had to go walk the runway. Then I got about 3 steps out, and I turned into a robot, and my legs weren't working, my arms weren't working, and everything was all awkward. And so the whole point was, I thought I was gonna go look like a model, look all super cool, and I did not. And there's an art to it, and it's not as easy as what people think. Going out on a stage where everybody's staring at you, and something as simple as walking, there's skill needed there, and there's little mini battles that you have to fight there with your nerves and everybody and all that uncomfortableness that goes with it. But when you can turn that around into a victory, because you ladies, y'all go up there and y'all just, man, y'all nail at it. It's like, okay, well, I can't do that, but they can, and it's really amazing. But that wasn't even, you know, Miss Golden Crescent, from what I understand, that wasn't even the first crown that you won. You won another one before that.
Yes.
Tell me about that one. What was that one?
I recently retired my title as the Miss United States Teen Agriculture, and that was actually my first pageant. I started at my county, and then I won Miss Texas Teen Agriculture, and then I went on to Nationals, which was held in Orlando, Florida. I went up against girls from all across the state, and I was so excited and to be there. I was just to be there and have that experience was just amazing.
And it's a well-earned one, and I'm sure as the director, one of the things that you enjoy is seeing the growth of these young ladies, and as they come through, and What has it been like coaching her through this? And if that's not the right word, forgive me.
I would say mentoring.
You know what? That sounds a lot better. Mentoring. There you go. What's it been like mentoring her through this and watching her growth?
It's been exciting. You know, when they reached out to me first, she had bringing in the Miss Moulton pageant. I think she placed that year. And Mom reached out and made a phone call. And from there, I took her under my belt. Put her through several different pageants, such as Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo, and many others. And watching her growth and progression, and I always say paving her footprints, was totally immaculate. She did represent the Miss Golden Crescent Teen title and the Miss Texas Teen America this past June, and did phenomenally well. Watching her growth is just been 100% remarkable, and I think being able to provide our hometown girls those amazing opportunities is a win within itself. And so couldn't be more proud of her. I always say it's not a goodbye, it's always a see you later, because literally I get goosebumps when I say that, because she's done so well with representing us in the Miss Golden Crescent area, or Miss Golden Crescent pageant, but Golden Crescent area specifically.
Well, you know, and one of these things that I think is so neat about this, that if you would have caught me, say, 20 years ago and asked me about this, I wouldn't have seen it the same way. But, you know, initially as a young, ignorant person, they're just going up on stage and everybody's just marching around and there's nothing to it. Anybody can do it. Again, couldn't be further from the truth. And one of these things we were talking off camera that I think is hugely important about this is, yes, you're going on stage, you're doing all these things, but I would argue that you're preparing for real life.
Yes.
And all of these attributes, while they found a way to form them into a pageant,
Right.
they're based on skills and attributes needed to excel and succeed in life. And I think that's, I judged one of these small pageants in Nueces County a couple of years ago, and I was blown away by how far ahead you all were. You know, I was just a little dumb high schooler trying to get through, and I just didn't even know there were so many different levels to this. And again, to take this on, and it would be hard enough to go up and do all those things without an audience, but you have an audience, and then to win, you have all the additional spotlights on you to represent and show what that, you know, show the example of what that crown means. And you've done an excellent job at that, and that helps to inspire the young ladies and gentlemen coming up behind you on these things and all of that. What advice would you give to somebody that, say, these things run from 4 till, you know, if I'm a young lady, or do the fellas do these too, or?
So they do. So our age groups are Little Mr. Golden Crescent goes from ages 4 to 8. Little Miss Golden Crescent is from 4 to 7. Young Miss Golden Crescent is 8 to 11. Junior Miss Golden Crescent is 12 to 15, and Miss Golden Crescent is ages 16 to 20. Our scholarships are one of the highest in this area. They range from $250 to $3,500, with many amazing full-paid endorsements to like New York Fashion Week. And this year we're going under the USA umbrella for Miss Texas, so we're excited about that. So we definitely offer a lot. Sometimes I get my hand slapped whenever it comes to the prize packages, as she can tell you. Trophy sits as tall as us. Amazing award packages, but most important, like you said, it just teaches them the interview skills, the public speaking, and prepares them for real life.
Got it. What would you say to a young lady thinking about, you know, she's in middle school or something, and she's looking at you, and she sees your beautiful outfit, your big crown, she sees what you're doing out there. What would you say to her if she wants to do this, but maybe she's a little bit nervous about taking that first step?
I would tell her to do it. You never know what's going to happen unless you try something. When I was told to start doing pageants, I was like, what? What do you mean, start doing pageants? But as that middle schooler, I wish someone would have drove me to do pageants to become the person I am today, because I am proud of who I am, and that is something I hope to inspire the younger generation, boy or girl, to know that they should be proud of who they are.
Yes, ma'am. What does the future hold? Where are you going from here?
I just started classes in Blaine and Schulenburg. Once I'm done with my basics, I will be transferring to Coastal Bend and Beeville to start pre-dental hygiene.
Outstanding. Well, that's an admirable field, and they are well in demand. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very impressed by all you've done. Keep up the hard work. What is the best way? I've got Facebook, Miss Golden Crescent Pageant. The website is www.missgoldencrescentpageant.com. Is that the best way for them to follow you guys, keep up with everything? Is through the Facebook page and the website?
That is. And they can also reach out to my daughter, who's also one of the directors, at 830-299. I believe I have the number there.
Yeah, 830-299-2530.
There you go.
Boom, got it. Anything I'm forgetting, guys?
No, that's it. We're excited. Our award-winning float. So if you've ever seen our float in the parades,
Float is just absolutely beautiful.
Would you need an old guy that can't walk on a runway to come and like stand on it, look cool or anything? You call me. But any other stuff, you're on your own because I'm not as good as you all are. You do a great job. Thank you for being out in the community. And again, take these lessons because this is the stuff that will just continue to make you successful in life. And I appreciate you trying to inspire the younger ones behind you to do so. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for reaching out. Young lady, best of luck to you. Guys, it was a full show. We've got a lot of great things going on in our community. We have a lot of great sponsors. We want to make sure we get out, we support this, and they're doing big things. Inspire them, motivate them, and be there for them. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.